Like the toughest thing about podcasting, like, you know, at our level at least, it's like, yo, you lose money every time you shoot.
Yeah.
Almost every time you shoot, it's like you're losing money, right? And that's like, and that's why I think so many people quit, because it's like, yo, I'm using money and time. I'm not getting anything back
immediately.
Yeah. So if you start a podcast just to make money, and you're not making money, like you're like, yo, fuck this shit. Like,
it's a whole. You start buying equipment, you're in the negative. You feel me? Like a tripod, some headphones, some cameras, a mic, gas strip out here, negative. You know, obviously, it's a good thing because we get to network a little bit and get to meet you guys. And but you know, it's like there's no actual revenue coming in, so it's just everything's a.
It's all for the love.
Right, it's all for the love.
I mean, honestly, bro, that's actually one of the reasons essentially, like, I thought of the podcast and then, like, you know, he joined, but he doesn't know this. Like, one of the biggest reasons I started this podcast, or I wanted to, right, is like, as an adult, it's hard to make friends, right? So I was like, yo, how can I, like...
This is your ploy? This is how you suck me in?
How can I disguise this as a way to, like, meet friends? Yeah, because, like, yo, I couldn't just DM you.
What is looking at you like, you bought me as a friend?
Right?
Yeah, now we cool. You don't even know about it, right? Yo, because you can't just message someone's like, yo, like, you want to hang out?
You want to go out for drinks?
You want to chill? Like,
Weirdo.
Like, now it's like, yo, come shoot on my podcast.
Right. You seem like a cool guy. You want to go out for drinks?
And a good way to back bitches, too.
That's some sneaky shit right there.
Speaking of back, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Pause. Luckily, we edit this.
Well, we might keep that.
Yo, y'all wifed up?
I got a girl.
Every time you start asking somebody if they got a girl, everybody starts stuttering on the side. I mean, I'll be like, bro, what's your problem? Why would you ask that shit?
Not here, not now.
Yo.
Cut. Yeah.
Nah, some funny shit. We had that happen on our early episodes. Like, we had to ask somebody, like, yo, we just mentioned our girls. Dude, shut this shit right off on us.
Oh, he pressed pause.
Yeah, he's like, yo, what the fuck y'all doing?
Oh wow.
Damn.
Yo, we was like, me and him was like stunned.
Was it a rapper?
Like,
a rapper
what?
dude?
Nah.
Oh, you know.
It's taboo.
We can't say, because they're gonna pinpoint.
It's like one of those things where like you even got to be mindful of the conversation you're having, because like your girl could like come back and be like, "What you mean by that? That timeline ain't adding up."
Like right now, why'd you stutter?
The podcasting has definitely caused some arguments for me.
Nah, for sure. I mean, I think that's why my shorty stopped watching my podcast. Like, yo, because obviously, like, you know, you want to be as transparent and as honest as you could on a podcast, right? Like, but you also want to add a level of entertainment. So it's like you embellish shit, right? You might tell a joke that you don't really mean. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So obviously, like, if you're in a relationship, like, that person might not see it like that. You might make a joke about, like, yo, where the bitches at or where the hoes at, right? And it's like, you don't really mean it, but it's just like for the context of the joke or the conversation, it's a good fit, right? But she gonna look at that shit like, oh, this is what you do that for?
So you want
because if you saw, exactly. So if you saw your girl on the podcast, she's like, where the niggas at? You'd be like, what you mean where the niggas at? Like, but she's like, yo, you gotta be. I feel like, yo, once you get into like the content creation like field, you kind of start understanding more. It's like, all right, a lot of the stuff is embellished. It's more of an act. Like, you want to make people laugh, you want to entertain them. You know what I mean?
Bro,
so it's
I'm not even gonna lie to you. My girl go on a podcast and start embellishing shit. I'm like, yo, what the fuck you talk about? Like, don't start embellishing. Where the niggas at?
Because that's exactly how she gonna tell you. What if I said that? Right. No, you gonna kill me.
No. You gotta see. That's the thing. You gotta act like you're better than her. You gotta be like, no, I'd be perfectly fine with it. All right, I'm mature. You know what I mean? I'm grown.
You're secure, right?
Yeah. So you come home to me, so I know
exactly. But deep down inside, she better not do that shit. Right? But in the moment, yo, this is the thing, right? And this is why I always say good relationships are based off good lies.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to.
All right, slow down and break that down.
Okay.
Wait, close this bottle. No more.
Get rid of that, please.
Oh, okay.
Hey, fuck, they ain't sponsoring us.
Yeah, just like, you know, YouTubes and all that. Now it's like you gotta be mindful of everything. Like TikTok, if you're smoking on the screen, they, you know what I mean?
Censorship. Speaking of TikTok, man, y'all think this shit getting banned?
Nah.
You don't think so? I mean, there's a lot
too
of
much money out there
man.
for them.
Yeah.
It's just some.
Yo, so I was like looking into like the TikTok as a whole, right? So TikTok is a global thing, right? It's not a American company, which is the biggest issue they're having with it right now, right? So yo, America only makes up about like 10% of TikTok's actual viewership.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, do you think TikTok is really like worth? I mean, 10% is obviously a lot, especially in America.
Right.
But think about it, like 90% of the world is still like moving on with TikTok with no issues, right? So it's like, would they really give a fuck about America?
But maybe that 10% of America spends more money on those TikTok shops and stuff like that. Maybe. I mean, I don't know those numbers.
I think most Americans are broke.
But they still spend. Credit cards.
That's a fact.
I mean, have you ever bought something on TikTok?
I'm almost.
You know how many broke people I know?
You're in the process of it?
I'm in the process.
What are you about to buy? A flashlight?
Nah, they got this dope gimbal. I saw it up there.
They do be having. The sales be dope. The sales do be dope.
Yeah. And once you look at one thing, it's like now every time I go on, they're selling me that. It's like, oh my god,
there.
And it's like
man, I could pull the trigger for $27.
It's like I got into TikTok around I think in 2020. I think when everybody in America did. Yo, and that show's a fucking dope ass app, man. But now it's just like capitalism has just reached it too much. Because now everything, it's all about like selling some fucking product, right? Like it's just like.
It's like you don't even know if someone is organically using a product or they just trying to push it on you. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
one thing I have been seeing people use is that little mini mic, that little microphone.
Oh yeah, those go hand.
I feel like everybody is using those. I saw like a little gimbal that like contract your face.
Oh yeah, that's
it's like pretty nice.
They got you, huh?
They got them.
They got the fake rollies. They got everything going on over there.
What is this? Wish.com?
Yeah, it's like a Wish Live, you know what I mean?
Like a Temu. That
Temu,
be getting me. Temu be getting me.
Sheen, I'd be killing that motherfucker.
Yeah,
hell yeah. It's hard for big niggas to find clothes, but with Sheen, they.
Bro, I didn't even know Sheen like made clothes for men until you told me you were ordering from there. Yo, I thought it was like an exclusive.
Bro, they got some dope stuff too.
Yeah, it does. It got some. I was like, oh wow, Sheen. Like $5.
That shirt from Sheen?
Nah, this is actually for.
It's a Carhartt shirt.
Yeah. I didn't see it.
It's Carhartt.
Nah, this is for track.
Yeah, you gotta be careful of that, bro. Like Carhartt people, like they really write out for that shit. Like, I feel like you gotta be like in a trade to rock Carhartt.
I gotta drive a tractor.
Something you gotta be in the field, like breaking up rocks or some shit, driving trucks.
I remember a contractor got mad at me because I was wearing a Milwaukee shirt and hat. What you doing wearing Milwaukee? What
yeah. Well, they asked for like your OSHA card or something.
Right. Like, you need your verification.
Yeah.
What hood you repping, nigga?
What trade you in? I'm plumbing, bro. Plumbing, man.
I'm the wall dude. Like, what?
Nah, but you in the field. Like you out here.
Well, you know what it is? What supers, they don't respect us because we're like a jack of all trades, master of none. So we do it all. But we do it all, but we don't master one of them.
So who wears the Milwaukee stuff?
The plumber.
The plumber guy?
The plumbers wear Milwaukee. The electricians wear they rock at DeWalt.
And this is really like gang related.
Yeah, it's gang.
And they got colors.
They got hoods too.
And they got colors too.
Yeah, they got colors too because DeWalt is black and yellow. The Milwaukee's red and black.
Red, white, or something like that.
Yeah, black and red. So yeah, it's like a little gang. I'm like,
wow.
What are you doing wearing it? What? They gave it to me free at Home Depot.
I like this shirt, man.
Yo, it's like, bro, you gotta earn this shit, bro.
Nah, the Carhartt, man, I'm telling you.
Yo, go fix a toilet before you earn your car.
No, but Carhartt became regular after Carhartt became nobody.
Yo, it's like a fashion statement now.
Yeah,
like
it's honestly, I got it because I'm big, bro, and they're the only ones that really fit big people that could wear that. Big people could go in the store and buy. Like,
but the Carhartt jackets back in the '90s was
people
shit. Remember
that's what I'm saying.
The tan ones is like, yo, you're a murderer. Like I feel like if you're an assassin, you wear that shit. Like I mean, yo, like even other shit that took over from was it, bro? The fucking fish hat everybody was wearing last
Bass Pro Shop.
Bass Pro Shop. Like that was a random one that just took out.
But hold on, before we continue, Brooklyn Basement Podcast.
We back.
You know what I mean? With fresh to death table and door.
Yeah, we fuck with the door, man. Whoever, shout out to the guy that painted that door.
Big shout out to Fetus, man. Shout out to Fetus.
Fetus?
He explained the whole name to us. The whole graffiti name.
It's giving me like five
fetus?
full vibes. You know what I mean?
No, he spells it with a P.
That's an artsy dude.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He said like a baby.
So Brooklyn Basement Podcast. We back. You know what I mean?
Back.
With fresh to death table and door and some guests that drove in all the way from Connecticut, man.
What's up? Big C to the team here. We got the Gen TV podcast.
East and A1, you know what I mean? They've been doing it. We've been following each other for a while now because we all in that group.
Yeah. Yo, shout out to Zoe.
Right.
Dope.
As well as everybody else in the group.
Actually, only the ones that show love.
Only the ones that show love.
Only the ones that show love.
Yeah, you know.
Everybody else is too cool for it. Yeah, whatever. What's up, y'all?
Yeah, cool or whatever.
Yeah,
y'all cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brooklyn Basement's back. We back, eh?
Yeah,
it's been a minute. We haven't done anything in a minute.
Yeah, we're just trying to. We had a 3-year plan, and now this year is start targeting those second-year plans.
I mean, that's something that we actually started doing like the beginning of last year. You know, we kind of up until last year we were like, I guess winging it in a sense for the most
Finding
part.
your voice, right?
Right, and then like the beginning of last
year.
Yeah,
I stole that from like one of those podcasts.
You had to tell me. I would have ran with it. Yeah. You're good about it because when I use it, because I'm gonna steal it from you. Because when I use it, I'm not giving it to you.
That's cool. Yeah,
he's not giving you credit.
I'm just gonna say,
find plagiarism over
finding your voice. But yo, I like to be real about it when I'm about to do it though. So here's a heads up.
Yeah, that's good.
So if this shit go viral, I'm like, yo, that's that shit.
I'm not even.
We're finding our voice. You know, we were finding our voice for the last couple of years, and then at the beginning of last year, we decided to start writing down some goals and start attacking them. Yeah. So I mean. It's dope that in these stages you're already thinking like that, where it took us like much longer to even get to that.
Well, before we even started, you know, I mean, it was kind of like we were overthinking initially. You know, we were thinking about getting in space, we were getting the flashy equipment, the this and that. So we was just like, you know what, we're just gonna do it here, bro. One day I just went to the Apple store, said we're just gonna get a phone. We got some $10 mics, and we would just figure it out, build it from there.
I mean, bro, as long as like if you didn't say you're shooting on a fucking iPhone, you wouldn't be able to tell by looking at the qualities here. I mean, I think I think the only time you could tell when like something's off is when people shoot with Samsungs or Androids. You know what I mean? Like that little fuzziness to it.
Check, my Android dude. Even though we shoot on an iPhone,
but you knew better. You an Android dude, but you knew
where to go. You knew where to go.
You knew where the talent
was. Get that 4K from.
Right.
I guess.
We'll be waiting for you when you're ready to convert.
No. I don't think I ever will.
You really an Android dude.
Yeah, for my personal phone, I can't never switch from Android.
Can't do it. Girls be dissing you because of that, eh?
That's fine. That's why I'm single, yeah.
Girls be they be like, what, you green?
You single, yo?
Don't ever text me green. Don't ever text me green.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little pet peeve of mine. Whenever a girl texts me and it's a green text bubble, I'm like, ugh.
Don't text me like, what?
Yeah. See, that's like that nitpicky. Like, I don't give a fuck what could be green, yellow. What's the ass looking like? Yo, what's the dating life out here, man? Like, what's it like? Dating in Brooklyn. In Brooklyn.
Oh, you gotta ask the Playboy.
What? No, don't ask the Playboy. We on camera. Don't ask.
Oh, yeah.
Turn the shit off.
Pause. Put the pause button on that shit. Pause that. Don't be doing
the first clip for the episode.
I ain't want to do that shit, baby.
For entertainment purposes only, right?
But ex-Playboy.
You know what? I'm going to tell you what it is, the dating game out here. It's real simple. You just don't know that there's that many single people out here. Because out here, it's just like, it's a crowded city. So everybody wants their respective space. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you don't really know that shorty's that would walk in the dog every day is a single chick.
Okay.
But she's been single and you don't see her, but you like, man, I wonder if she. But what's the biggest thing about fellas? What's the biggest, scariest thing we could actually hear is no. That scares the hell out of us.
I think no. That's the lie we tell ourselves. There's a lot worse things. No. The thing is, like, best case scenario is you go up to a girl, you ask her out or some shit, and she says no. That's best case scenario for a curve, right? Mm-hmm. I've seen some curves in real life. Not for me, luckily. I've seen like a chick like wild out on a nigga. You feel me?
Ooh, like yo, like ew.
Oh,
that's worse than a no.
Yeah. So don't say the worst thing that can happen is a no. There's a lot worse that can happen.
Well, we're just afraid.
I've seen a chick say like, yo, what were you thinking?
Oh man,
wow, I'll be hurt.
Yo, I saw it happen. It hurt so bad. I felt like it happened to me. Yeah. Like, yo, you ever catch like secondhand embarrassment? Yeah. I was like, oh my, like my chest hurt. Like, I didn't know the dude, but I wanted to give him a hug. Like, bro, it gets better.
Did you pretend not to hear it just so that way he doesn't?
No, I pretend, because I didn't want to make him feel bad about it. You know what I mean?
He's like, oh yeah, I didn't hear that.
Like, that's crazy. What were you thinking? I can't even imagine a girl telling me that.
That's what I'm saying. There's much worse things than nose. Yeah, nose is not the only the dead end answer, bro. Like, it could go a lot worse than that.
But typically, like yo, I mean, rejection hurts, man. You know what I mean? It's a lot of pressure, yo, because it's like. The thing is, like, about dating is like, yo, you can get like a baddie tomorrow or today, and then tomorrow you strike out, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, yo, it's almost like you got to bring your resume with you. Be like, yo, look what I got before. Right? Like, I'm Kate. Like,
this is my ex.
Yeah,
like you don't know who I am. Yourself, like, did I turn ugly overnight? Like,
yeah, why is that though? You think?
Listen, remember, women don't take you because most of them don't take you because you're handsome. Some of them take you because you're a good guy. You're a funny guy. You're a charming guy. You know, you ain't the most handsome fellow in the world, but you're a charming guy, so they'll take that. You know what I'm saying? Because they done dealt with the pretty boys. Look how I looked at E. Was like, they don't dealt with the pretty boys. You know what I mean? They don't dealt with the pretty
I be
boys.
flushing this shit.
They don't deal with the pretty boys, but the pretty boys broke their heart. So now they're gonna give the funny, charming dude a chance, and then they win. And then you see an ugly dude with a bad woman because he's charming and he takes care of her. You know what I mean? So that's how it really.
So I think
like I said, I love damaged women, man.
I think the older
I love broken women.
you love damaged
I
women.
love broken women. Man.
Why do you like broken women?
I feel like you said, by the time they come to me, I'm just the defenses are down at that
yeah,
point.
they can't.
What do you consider a broken woman?
I don't know, she just been through shit. Life to her, for her.
I feel like like the older you get, the less like physical attractiveness matters
That
to
too.
you.
Yeah.
Not like personality starts
too,
kicking
yeah.
in. You know what I mean?
When she was young, 21, get out of here,
You got it, good looking, 6-pack. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be all that.
Right.
Yo, that same chick when she's like 35 with her 2 kids. Hey, like what's up? Like,
she start becoming like start coming back to
Right,
earth.
right.
You know, like,
Oh, you have a job? I'll take it.
Are there tell signs for damaged women? Can you tell like from like?
for sure.
Single mom. Single mom's usually the key sign.
Yeah.
Yeah. Single moms are, I don't want to say they're damaged, but they're usually, they've been through it. They've been through it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially a single mom in her 30s, ooh, she's thirsty. Thirsty. It's the fucking Sahara
But
for her.
now, does it matter how many kids?
Oh, yeah, the more kids, the worse it is.
The worse it is, the more
Yeah.
damage it is. Yeah.
Like-
By the time a woman's 35 and she got 3 kids, you just need a pulse to get with her.
That's crazy. That's a wild statement.
That is wild. I can breathe.
That's a wild statement.
I don't even think you need to be able to read. Read and write is not even
You got a
requirement.
job?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
No,
all
not a job's not a requirement.
Really?
Bro, a woman in her mid 30s with two kids, single?
I don't know. These new girls.
I don't know. That might be in Connecticut. In New York, they're a little tougher than that.
Well, they got a lot of them that said like what he's saying. What they do is they feed off their homegirls. So then they become a girl clique. So now her homegirl got a kid, you got 2, and they stick together.
And they're in each other's ears, just boosting each other
Yeah,
up.
just,
And
you don't need that. You don't need that dude. He ain't doing nothing for you.
You need a nigga that's making 6 figures.
Yeah,
you need
yeah,
a nigga
yeah,
that's 6 feet. Like,
No, but yo,
going up.
this is why I always say, bro, don't take advice from people that's not doing what they're telling you. Feel me?
Right.
Like, yo,
Right.
don't like if you're a homegirl or even your homeboy, right? If they're telling you like what your dating preferences should be or like what you should be tolerating, look at their dating life, right? Like, yo, are you dating a girl that's like doing this and has a fat ass and all this other shit, right? Like, or if one of your homegirls is giving you advice, is her man 6 feet plus, making 200K, all this other shit? No, then why the fuck you listen to this bitch? Like, yo, because one of the truest statements like I think ever created is misery loves company.
Oh yeah,
And it's like, yo,
sure.
and I don't even think it's like with intent a lot of times. I think some miserable people, right? I think they try to drag you down to where they're at, and I think it's like subconscious. Like, I don't think they're like a lot of the times they're actually doing,
right.
Yeah, they're doing it with like, yo, I'm gonna fuck you over. Like, you know what I mean? I think it's just like you just do it because it's like that's all you know. Like that's your reality. You know what I mean?
I mean, to answer your question, I wouldn't say that there's specific signs, but specific things, but I would say that there's specific signs on how you could tell a woman's damaged. You know, like
Let me write these down. Hold on.
throughout
Text them to me.
throughout the conversation, like you could tell like how easygoing she is. You know, like how is she receptive to compliments? Like what's her ideal date? Like these are little things that you could kind of pinpoint. It's like, okay, she's been heartbroken a little bit, and then when you start asking about her past, I'm telling you, the golden way to get a girl, start asking about her past and start attacking that trauma. Start attacking the trauma, the daddy issues, the ex-boyfriend issues. Just start. So tell me
this guy's
about
a fucking tiger.
Wait, so
He smells blood.
So your baby father cheated?
More like
on
a
you?
vulture.
Your baby father cheated on you? Let me tell me more. What happened? And you start just going deeper and
Yo,
deeper.
you know
How
what?
did that make you feel?
That's true.
And then like, oh, so your father wasn't in your life? How did that affect you? You know, and then you just start going in. It's like, damn, he really cares. No, I don't give a fuck. But
Yo, you know what? Yo, that's true. Broken women love to trauma dump.
yeah,
Yo, you kind of pry into like their like hurts and their trauma.
So you become like a therapist almost.
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Bro.
Yo, instead of just like seeking out an actual professional to help deal with them, they go and like find dudes on fucking Tinder that just pretend to give a fuck and then fuck them and make it even worse.
I mean, honestly, but I'm a different breed though, ladies. You know, like I actually do listen and I actually do like
Right, you listen to just enough to get to, you know.
Obviously, like there's some self-interest in it, like, but I do listen for a reason, you know. Like I'm just not listening and be like, okay, as soon as she give me some pussy, it's out the door. Like I'm listening, and then we're gonna have conversations about it, and it's like, okay, these are areas that may need improvement, or this is areas where I need to tread lightly, you know. Like it's not just I'm just using it for solely my advantage, but I mean, there are other guys out there that may use it solely for their advantage, but I don't know. I guess it really depends on what type of guy you want to be. You know?
I know we just talked about like broken women, right? What are signs of a broken man?
A signs of a broken man is when a man nitpicks with a woman, like she don't really do nothing to him, but he'll make something up just to yell at her, just to get at, like she won't even do nothing, but he just wants to have something to take out on her. Like he'll just attack her for no reason. She's just, what did I do wrong? You just don't fucking that's broken dudes. Like dudes that been hurt before.
Yeah.
They just broken. They broken inside.
Yeah, so that's a good point, because I think broken dudes, even when things are going good, they look for ways to mess it up because they've been hurt before.
Right.
So now they're like, yo, this is just too good to be true. I got she's fucking cheating.
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna say like this word gets told around a lot, but I would say like actual insecurity, not like the insecurity because you're going out looking like a whore and like I don't want you to do that. I'm talking about the actual insecurity of like you texting somebody, he's upset, like he's always in your phone, like he's tracking your every movement. I think like those levels of like that level of insecurity is like will really show that he's a broken man.
Right. When he's questioning, who you texting? What?
Right. Like you can't
mean?
have friends with outside of him. He doesn't want you outside of the house. Like, he wants you to in the crib all the time. Like I think those are just signs that like he's been hurt at some point in his life. Like he's tend to be a little bit more controlling, tend to be a little bit more insecure, and actually controlling and actually insecure.
Subscribe right fucking now to Brooklyn fucking Basement. Spider Cuz said it, and if you don't, you're gonna be in the fucking basement.
You ever date a baddie? Dating your first baddie is a fucking like it's a struggle at first. You know what I mean? Like
I'm too prideful, nigga.
You're
I'm gonna tell myself that I don't give a fuck, and I'm gonna actually just actively not give a fuck.
But in the back of your mind,
in the back of your mind,
when you go home and lay down
in the back of your mind, you're like, damn, like how many?
Lying to yourself is a big part of being a man. You know what I mean? Like that's just how you get your like confidence up.
Right, now for sure. It's like one of those things where it's like when I did date this specific girl that was bad, and like she would, I don't know, when she would get compliments and certain things, it's like you kind of just have to like just take it on the shoulder, honestly. But I kind of like reverse psychology myself because like I said, like I actually like the fact when like my girl goes out and she gets looks or niggas is complimenting her, niggas is like liking her pillows.
Do you really like it? Because you just said you reverse psychology yourself.
I had to condition myself to.
Okay,
he's lied to himself so much that he actually believes
I believe it.
But that's a good thing because then they see the confidence in you. Even though you're lying to yourself, they don't know you're lying to yourself. But like, you know what? The fact that he's not saying nothing, you let that man compliment you, says a lot about him.
You know what the biggest problem with dating a baddie is, yo? You treat him like a baddie.
Yeah, bro.
Anytime,
that's the worst.
Yo,
that is the worst.
This is gonna sound crazy. Right? And I mean this respectfully. You gotta treat every chick like she's a hoe. And not in a sense like you're gonna disrespect her, but you gotta treat her like you're the favor. You know what I mean? Yo, because as soon as you treat a chick like she's doing you a favor, that's when you fuck up. And that's the problem when most guys get a baddie. It's like, yo, they start treating her like she's not a hoe. Right? You start being overly respectful. You start doing things that you don't ever do, right?
Especially on the way to getting the baddie. Like if you, it's a different when you actually got her, but when you're on the way to getting her, you could really talk yourself out of the pussy if you start treating her way too good initially.
They want a bad boy. That's what they want, a bad boy. And that's what you gotta be that. I mean, not bad boy in the sense where you cheat on them.
Let's be careful with that because, you know what I'm saying, Diddy's going through a lot of shit right now. They don't want to,
let's not throw that term around.
Not that kind of bad boy.
Here, what bad boy you be?
Dude, they don't like a nice guy. You could be as nice as you want. Nah, that nice guy shit don't work.
You know what? That's fucking sad though, because it's like if you're a genuinely nice guy,
you lose.
You have to like change yourself. You know what I mean? To some level to like make your girl like last.
Yeah.
I look back at some of the like
women
I dated
guy.
and I treat. Now I was like, yo, it's like some of the baddies I got early on, right? I treated them way too fucking
like a
good.
cornball. You were a cornball.
You was a nice guy.
I was a nice guy.
You was a nice
yo,
guy.
that's like But I had the dog in me at the time, right? But it's like you get a couple 6.5, 7s, right? You get accustomed to that, and you start treating them accordingly, right?
Right.
And then all of a sudden you get a fucking 9. It's like, holy shit! Like I gotta
tread lightly.
I gotta throw. Yeah, exactly. I gotta do all this extra shit, right? When I should have been treating them like a fucking 7, just like the other ones.
No,
That's
what you have to
Your
do.
energy was wrong.
Look
Yeah.
at, like you said, that's the perfect thing because when you get a 6 or a 7, your energy is just different. You know, like, you may not text it back as quick. I'm gonna play the game real quick, or I'm gonna do whatever else, and I'm gonna text it back when I'm done. I'm gonna finish cooking dinner. But a baddie texts you, you're dropping everything.
Yeah.
You're like replying back to her. You're taking her out. When is the next time I'm gonna see you? Like you're just going through. You're just giving her the most energy, and it's like it's low key a turn off, yo. You're not leaving that. You know what it is? It's like when a girl wears a revealing dress, right? It's like, damn, I already get to see her. I already damn near saw her naked, right? So it's like there's nothing left to the imagination. And I feel like it's the same type of thing when a guy starts giving a girl too much energy. It's like you don't leave anything for the imagination anymore, you know? Like you already kind of just show her what's your best qualities, and it's you're not that suspenseful. And it's so crazy because so many girls have said, I like you because you're a mystery. What the fuck does that mean? Like, what the fuck does that mean? Like because I'm not as attentive, because I have a life outside of you, you like it?
So everything's about the challenge then, right?
Yeah, of course.
Some kind of like whether they think they could turn the bad boy good somehow, or just trying to find out why you're so quiet.
No, they don't want the bad boy good. They don't want the bad
I'm saying they in their mind they probably think they could
tell
tame them.
themselves.
You know what I mean? Like
I think at a certain age. I think at a certain age with certain kids.
Oh no, at certain age they stop all that stuff.
Yeah,
It's not about
I
bad
think
boys. It's about can you pay the rent? You know, what I mean? That comes to the point when can you pay the rent? Can you
Like
hold me down?
Taxes are
Yeah.
due.
Are we good? Can we hold me? Can we go out to dinner? Can you afford dinner? Because some dudes can't even take a girl to dinner.
No, but back to you, man. Where we started. So you're single, right?
yeah.
So you dating right now?
I'm
I'm not a baddie. You don't got to stutter.
I'm
Come on.
trying to.
You're not trying.
I'm not.
You're not actively looking.
No. I've
How long
been
have you been
focused
single?
for 2 years.
2 years?
Me too.
Yeah,
just
2
about
years.
almost
Yeah.
2 years. Yeah.
I just coming off an 11-year relationship.
Oh damn!
Was it your
I
fault
wonder-
or her fault? Is the reason why it ended?
Get deep in the Brooklyn basement.
I think it was her fault. Let's just say it was her
You'll
fault.
say it was
yeah.
her fault.
Yeah.
You think it takes about that same amount of time to get over a woman to get on?
Don't they
Over
say
it.
it's like double?
It's
you're
like half
not,
the time.
You're not over. I can see it in your eye, man.
No,
It's your
no.
left eye. Left eye's giving you
Your
the
advice telling.
No. I'm definitely over it. I'm definitely-
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
you got over it. Yo, if you got over it in 2 years, it means you were over it like 5 years ago.
Well, it was because of the circumstances. It was just like by that time, so much had happened. Like that breakup probably should have happened.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. Yo,
So it's
you,
just
yo,
You just saw it coming.
No, I was just like trying to fix something that wasn't repairable at
I
that
got
point.
you, I got you.
So I grew up without a pops, family, like type shit. So like I was just trying to keep it together for the kid.
I think you should try when you got kids, yo. I think you should try a little harder when you got kids.
I don't agree with that.
You don't
I
got kids. You don't know.
I think that
You don't know. You don't got kids.
I'm telling you, right?
What do you
that-
tell you? No, you're guessing. You're
I'm
not
not
telling.
telling you.
Wait,
I'm
all right.
telling
I'm
you, I'm telling you, right?
gonna get him right now.
Oh,
So
so
your
you
wife
have no
cheats
kids?
on you. Your
What?
wife cheats on you. You gonna try to continue to work it out for the kid?
No.
No, you can't.
My point exactly.
That's it. Exactly.
Okay, okay,
That's your
okay.
point.
No.
What do I know? I don't got kids.
No, but all right. I don't think. All right, hypothetically, right? Like
Okay.
she cheats on me.
Uh-huh.
I don't like. We can't be together, but I might still live with her in a sense, like until like the kid's 18. I think we could be like at that.
You know, you're cutting your throat to spite your face. What if you find somebody? Now you got to tell that new somebody, oh, yeah, I live with my baby moms.
That
She's
ain't
going to be
never
like,
gonna
what?
Because honestly, I think. All right, it's been like proven, right, that kids that are raised in a 2-parent household, right,
Right.
are turn out better in life,
Right.
right. Like that's not like an opinion, right? These are facts.
Right.
Right? So I think for me personally, right, I got 2 boys, right? Like my goal, right, outside of my goals is to make sure these 2 young boys grow up to be the most successful men they can be, right?
Right.
So if by having 2 parents in that household is what gives them the best chance, then sometimes as a parent, sacrifice is needed, right? So what I'm saying, like hypothetically, she cheats on me. I can't be in an emotional relationship with her, right? But like at this point, I might just be like a co-parent that lives together in the same house.
No,
Obviously, it's easier said than
No,
done.
you could, no, that's respectful. But and honestly, those boys are gonna see right through that bullshit. Your sons are gonna be
No,
like,
I'm not. Yo,
I was
but I'm
gonna
not
say the
saying.
same
But I'm
thing.
not saying like I'm gonna lie to them about it, right? Like they could know that
Right.
we're like still we're not together, right?
Right.
But I think it's always important, right, that your kids see that their parents have a cohesive relationship.
oh, that for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
That for
Yo,
sure.
and it's like cause I've been like with my first son, right? Like I wasn't with her, so I didn't see him constantly, right? So I missed, like. Now, like, he lives with me and my little one lives with me, right? And we're all
One family.
Yeah, one family and all that shit, right?
Right.
But, bro, like seeing my kids every day is such a treat to me.
Oh, yeah.
That's
You know
what
what
it
I'm
was
saying?
for
Like,
me.
yo,
Yeah.
so like to me, it's like, yo, if I gotta like live with someone that is not in a like, yo, it's essentially that's just a roommate, like, right? Like, if,
Right.
like that's what she would be to me, right?
Right.
So I could deal with that shit because like me seeing my kids every day is so important to me, and I think it's so
Absolutely.
important to them.
Right.
So I think in that situation, yeah, I think I could still thug it out. Obviously, it's not fucking easy, right?
Because they're gonna see dad's not happy.
Yeah, but
see.
yo, but I think but the thing is like, as long as you're real with yourself about it, right? It's like, all right, she
Right.
cheated, and I know I mentally can't get back with her. Right now, we have to go in another alternate. We're like, yo, all right, let's just try our best to be co-parents, friends.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, fuck all that other shit. Like, at this point, like, I'm gonna start dating, and but like, we're gonna still live in the same house, raise our kids, and then when they're 18, you know, you gotta get the
Right.
fuck out. Like, as a parent, like, yo, I'm already starting to have like certain conversations with my son where I just keep it real with them. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right.
He's 10. He's turning 10 in a month. You know what I mean? I think that's the biggest thing, because yo, like at the end of the day, like being in like two fucking separate houses right now is like it's fucking tough.
Oh, it's
You
brutal.
know what I mean? It's like, yo, and you think about it from a kid's point of view, right? And like, I didn't think about it like when my son was younger, but it's like, all right, he's with his mom like Monday through Wednesday. Now he's back with me. It's like there's no stability. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yo, he does, because it's like, yo, I think one thing about like, you know, when you're growing up, right, that helps you even with school, right, is stability, is having at least one place that's yours, right? Like your room, right? Think about how important your room is when you're a kid. Like that's like that's your fucking world, right? Like it's your thing. Think about it like when you're ripping a kid apart, right? It's like, or between two homes, right? He doesn't have that, right? It's like, all right, I don't really feel like this is my room over here because I'm only here on these certain days, and then I got to go here. It's like you take. I feel like even stuff like that. Cause I think like I said, when you have a kid, man, like your life changes, and this and this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm kind of busting your balls about it, but it's like, yo, having a kid, it shifts your gears, like, and how if you give a fuck about them, I'll say that. If you don't give a fuck about your kids, yeah, do you? Yeah.
No, but my point is that I feel like that's like in the best case scenario. You know, like in the best case scenario, you could be able to cohabitate with a person and you guys have a respectful relationship. Right. But the reality of is that that's
9 out of
never
10
gonna,
times
it's not going to be the case. You know, you guys are going to still have damage between you two to where some of that, yeah, you might have it in the bedroom and you might try to hold container until they're sleeping, but it's going to overflow when they're awake. Yeah. You know, and they're going to see the conversations that are being had. They're going to see the way that you're treating mom, the way that mom is treating you. And so my personal opinion, and coming from a household that was not the best household, you know, where it's much better to be raised in a single parent household than to be raised in a toxic environment. And honestly, I wholeheartily agree with that. Like you can say, yeah, we could cohabitate, we could make things work until they're 18, but realistically speaking, you need two both equal-minded, level-headed, mature adults in order to make that work. And not all the time is that the case, you know, like
especially when there's feelings, emotions involved.
Exactly.
And stuff,
But this isn't gonna I'm thinking about it like an ideal situation. This isn't gonna happen over fucking night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm just from the bottom of my heart, I believe it's gonna be the best for that kid.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I hate the term broken home. I hate that term so bad.
Did you grow up in a broken home?
Well, what does that actually mean? Your dad and mom is not around? Like, you know what I mean?
No,
what
I was thinking like maybe the stairs were broke. Like there's like a hole in the ground.
I did, but that's a different type of broken home I was talking about. No, the whole thing is, I think broken home when the parents one is just not there, then it's broken. But if they're there, like, you know, like for example, my situation, my daughter lives all the way in Pennsylvania.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? I drive every other weekend, if not every weekend, 3 hours a weekend to be there with her. You know, I get a lot of accolades for, you're a great dad for doing that and all that other stuff. But no, her mom sits me with she's still being raised in a broken home. I was like, I don't know. We co-parenting, but I don't think anything's broken about it. I think she just needs to understand that mommy and daddy are not together. As she grows older, you know, she don't want to see that, but that's what it is. It's unfortunate, but it happens, especially minority families. Mm-hmm. It's hard to know. Parents don't stick together. Right. You know what I'm saying? But so it's.
I mean, but it also like that brings my point, right? Is it a correlation that minorities make the less amount of money, have like less education than other families?
No.
And they grow up in the I guess I won't say broken home.
Right,
you know
broken home.
You know what I mean? Fortunately for me, right? Because like I look at my dad, right? My dad was essentially raised in a broken home. You know what I mean? And like I wasn't. You know what I mean? And like him and his brothers, like they went through so much fucking shit. You know what I mean? Like they
Right.
all this other shit, right? And I feel like I consider myself relatively successful. Like I built myself to be like in a very good place in my life. You know what I mean? Like spiritually, financially, like you know what I'm saying. I'm doing very well, and I feel like a big part of that is like both of my being raised in a 2-parent household.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I like to, you know, sometimes I'll compare myself to like some of the people I went to high school with and all this other stuff that I was cool with back then, and like I compare myself to like how they were raised and stuff like that. And one of the biggest factors, because we went, I mean, you know, we went to like what they consider like the fucking worst high school, like we went to like the trenches, you know what I mean, like type shit. So like we're all in like the cesspool like type of fucking environment, right? But like one of the biggest factors in like the people that are successful out of that situation is like 2 parents,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mom and dad being there always makes a big difference because when you have one parent that you always go to, mom's an asshole, then you have the kid always going, Dad, she's acting crazy again. Right. But if dad was there, it would be a little balance. Hey, can you cut it out? You're driving my daughter crazy. Can you cut it out? So the whole separation thing and that not being there. So I agree with.
You okay with like another man hitting your kids or disciplining your kids?
Nah, I don't even hit.
I mean, but if your kids live with the mom full time,
never,
she has her own
never,
situation. How about you?
That's never good.
I'll be okay with it.
You'd be okay with it?
Yeah.
You let another man hit your kids?
I feel like honestly because the way I was raised, you know, like I was raised in an environment.
Man, my mom was used to let the neighbors hit me. So
exactly, like I said, like I was raised in an environment to where like you had to respect everybody. I mean,
like so, if your daughter needs a spanking, are you like, and she's like, does the mother of your child like date someone or like in the house or something like that?
No.
Hypothetically, someone gets in there, right? Like that's her husband or something like that, right? Your daughter's acting up, right? And it's like, yo, so you're not cool with him like disciplining your daughter?
Not at all.
So I mean, you're like, you gotta drive all the way to Pennsylvania overnight.
She has a father. If you have a problem, then you call me because I'm a father. You know what I mean? Yeah. She has a father. If she didn't have a father, then he had to play the father figure. Then I get it. If I was a deadbeat, I was never around. Then you gotta do what you gotta do.
Realistically speaking, I think that's a really selfish way to think, though. I think because it's like. Here I am, right? I step in, and yes, because of the mother, right? Because
wait, hold on. You're not stepping in if the father's doing his thing.
No, you're stepping in and as a father figure because
no.
You are.
No.
Absolutely.
No. You're stepping in as a boyfriend.
No.
Right. No.
When you date a woman with a kid,
as a father
you're
figure.
Stepping in as her husband and as a stepfather.
You're stepping in. You're stepping in because here I am dating this woman, right? And obviously the initial. Entering this dynamic, right? Your kid is an afterthought, right? So it's not like I'm going into it initially thinking like, okay, I'm gonna daddy this lady's kid, right? But you're going into it and you're like, okay, here is this lady that I find attractive that I want to date. We have, in order for us to build a future together, she has a child that has to come along for that ride as well, right? So now we're gonna go out. We're gonna. Let's just say we buy a house together, right? Mm-hmm. I'm paying the bills in the crib, right? And you have this kid. Or this kid, she has this kid, and this kid is living in a household, and for whatever reason, there's a point in time where the kid needs disciplining, right? You're telling me that I don't have any grounds in disciplining this kid. I'm here. You see the kid on the weekends or every other week, while I see the kid 5 to 6 times a week.
Well, I think that I would
and it's like not only that, right? But in the grand scheme of the American dynamic of like what a family is. I'm that person, not just she knows who her dad is, but like I'm the person that is that holds that position, like coming home every day, seeing a male figure. I'm that person, and I don't have grounds to say you're doing wrong or you're doing right and spank the kid. You're able to come to my crib and smoke. You're able to come into my crib. You're able to come in my crib and smoke and like bring boys to my house, and I have no. I can't say anything.
That's the beef you got to take on with your girl though,
and the father as well.
How many fathers are receptive to that? How many fathers could you really go up to and be like, your daughter's fucking up?
I'll say this, right? I don't think men should be dating women that have young kids.
What's young?
Give me the like under 15?
Yeah, 15 and under. Fuck them. Don't leave them alone.
You know what the shitty part is?
All of those just they stay.
Bro, because I think honestly, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Absolutely, 1,000%.
Yeah, but you know what the shitty part is? 15 is when they start become the craziest.
Yeah. But at least you could kick them out in 3 years.
But then it also breaks up the dynamic between the mom and the kid because now the kid thinks that you're picking the husband over her. Like, you feel
Yeah,
me? Like, it's like
that's cool. Fuck that kid.
Yeah,
that's why.
fuck that kid.
Yeah, so
That's
when
crazy.
you got with that girl, you
Yeah.
knew what it was like.
Right, you know exactly what it
You
was.
know, so you can't.
1,000%. Like,
So
yeah.
the one that should be correcting that is the mom.
I mean, statistically speaking, we already
Big word,
know
huh?
that, like, yeah, my tongue is tied right now. It's
No,
just,
you're
it's
good.
just,
Say one more time.
tequila, huh?
Say it one more time.
Statistically,
The what?
statistically.
It's the what?
We'll have ChatGPT fix it.
Right? Nah,
Edit that shit.
we know that, like,
Statistically.
statistics show that
The stats.
the
stats show.
The stats
No,
show
the numbers.
Numbers, yeah.
the numbers show, right, that kids raised by a single mother are on a worse path in comparison to like being raised by a single
What
father.
a male chauvinist thing to say.
I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just calling it
What?
like the stats. It's the
Incel.
stats. It's the stats.
Incel.
It's the stats.
It's the numbers.
Right?
It's the numbers.
So obviously, like, you know, and like I said, being the type of guy that I am, like, I'm a single guy, no kids, right? And being the type of guy that I am, like, I was raised without my father in my life, and I had stepdads in my life that weren't holding up to the stepdad standards, you know.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, you want the presence there, and yeah, you want the you want them to be there for the good times as well. But I feel like the male figure is much deeper than that, you know. Like, there has to be a level of respect there as well, you know. There has to be also a level of intimidation as well, you know. Like, there has to be like, okay, like kids know I could try mom to this level, but I know I can't play that with dad. You feel me? And dad
Right.
being the father figure in the household. You feel me? So it's like, not saying that I'm trying to step in and take away their father from them, because I know I could never do that, you know? I know that I could go to every basketball game, show up for every parent-teacher meeting, show up for every dance recital, and the dad could come through and give them a candy bar, and it would mean the world to them in comparison to me.
You know what fucking kills? This is why you should never be a stepdad.
Right.
Right? I've seen this shit like this so many times, right? Where like the stepdad will be with the mom,
Yeah.
raise the daughter from like 1 to fucking 25.
And that wedding
And
hit,
the day they get
the
married,
wedding
yo,
hit, and she asked for daddy to walk in down the
guess
aisle?
who's walking to her down the
Flip this
fucking
whole
aisle?
table over. What you mean you want daddy to walk you down the aisle?
Fuck this cake.
For real.
Yo, and after you paid for the wedding?
That's
Nah,
what I'm
that ain't
saying,
happening.
bro.
That's
But that's
not.
what I'm saying.
But yo,
It's
but
like,
that's
No,
this-
but look, obviously, if the kid is disrespecting you or something like that, where you gotta, you know, as an adult, you should be able to be like, listen, you won't be talking to me how you talk to your mom.
You're right.
If it's something like that, obviously, you know what I mean. But disciplining them and just in general, just on the
I feel like it has to come out of place of love. Like, I don't think it's like every nigga that walked through the door and claimed to be like, you know,
well,
my
you
mom.
just talking about spanking them.
That's what I'm saying. It has to be coming out of a place of love. Not every nigga that walked. Not every nigga that walked through
I
the
hate to
door.
beat your
Yeah,
ass,
yeah,
but
it gotta be like
Not every nigga that walked through the
it
door
gotta
is
be
gonna
your-
be
it
able to
gotta
put
be
their
your
hands on
husband.
my kid.
Right,
You feel
right.
me? It has to
It
be
gotta
like
be your stepdad. It gotta be your stepdad.
it gotta be a nigga that's
Yeah.
been around. You
It
feel
gotta
me?
be your
Like,
stepdad.
obviously, if you feel like it's to the point where you need to vet the nigga or whatever the fuck, you need to take him out and get some drinks or understand who what his background is. Like, whatever the case is, I feel like that dynamic, because at the end of the day, this is a person that is gonna be part of your life for God knows how long.
Right.
You feel me? And it's like, coming from the opposite side, it's like my respect level. You're telling me that I will have no respect in the house unless it comes to the mom or comes to the dad.
Right.
Which is crazy. You feel me? And guess what? The mom is at some point. The mom might be at work, and I get left with the kids. So I can't tell this kid to do
Nah, you
nothing.
gotta
I
wait.
can't tell this kid to clean his room or nothing, and they're gonna be.
You
all
gotta,
over
yeah, you gotta
Nah,
wait.
but-
You gotta wait.
yeah,
You know what the
I
messed
can't
up
wait.
part
Wait
is?
till your mother gets home. I'm gonna tell her what you did. Like,
You know what the messed up part is? Imagine getting your ass beat by your stepson, and now he's checking you.
Exactly. You feel me? Like,
Yo, but this,
damn,
this
bro.
is my point.
happens.
This is my point. Yo, for all my single fellas out there, don't date single moms. Yo, let them just go away.
let them burn
Yo,
them.
let
I'm
them-
telling you, stay single forever, guys.
Yo, let
Like,
them learn a lesson, bro. Stop raising other niggas' kids. Like, don't do that shit, bro. It's like, yo, you deserve better for yourself. Yo, you deserve better
I
for
do
yourself.
deserve better.
Well,
I
what
do
do you
deserve
come on
better.
some Partridge Family shit? You know,
Your girlfriend got kids?
Huh?
Your girl got kids?
I'm single right now.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
single. Okay.
I date a lot of baby moms in my past.
The one that-
These guys a baby mom
Bro, I
hunter
swear,
right
bro,
here.
It's not even a hunter. I got stepdad written
I
on my
tell you what,
forehead.
the older you get, that's the more you have to settle
Yo,
for
see,
that.
but I don't mind that shit, right? Because, yo, all right, if I'm dating a chick that's 40, her fucking kid's 18, 19,
Right.
I don't give a fuck about you. Yeah, you know,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
He's a grown man,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're a grown man. I
Yeah,
got,
it's
I
like,
ain't got,
yeah,
I
the
ain't
kid's
got,
like 20, 15, 16. It's like, whatever.
yeah, I don't got to do. I'm talking about like a young kid. A young
Like-
kid.
Oh, no.
Yo, because that's an added responsibility to you.
Bro, because I can't beat them, but you're okay with me paying extra for my bills, right?
Yeah.
I gotta pay extra for this light. I gotta
Yeah,
pay extra
but
for this
that's-
food.
Yo,
Yeah,
crazy shit is, I think if you get divorced, you gotta still pay child support on that kid that's not yours.
Nah.
Sickening.
That's crazy. I wouldn't do that.
Okay, I think is if you sign
If
like,
you signed a,
yo,
the
a
birth
lot of
certificate, yeah.
dudes are suckers. She getting double child support.
It's wicked, bro. Wicked.
What?
I'm
Is
okay.
Is that for real?
I don't know about double child support, but if let's say
If
you
you
signed
sign
a birth certificate,
I made that up.
and then through DNA later on they find out it's not your kid, you still responsible
still
for that
responsible
kid.
for it.
What?
Yeah, even if it don't matter, you basically you bought that car. That's your title. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The
That
title
car
to the-
crashed into the
Wow.
wall.
Yo,
You gotta pay them taxes.
Yo, escape the country.
Yeah,
Bro, I'm telling you, it's okay for me to pay extra for my food and these bills, but it's not okay for me to discipline the child. That's wild as fuck to
I mean,
think.
yo-
Like, I could spend my money on your kid, but I can't discipline them when it comes time?
Nah.
It's crazy.
I would
They-
leave it
they
up to
don't-
the mom at first, and
Crazy.
if it doesn't pan out, then something got to change. If she don't check him, then it's my turn.
right.
Check him in
Oh,
terms of what? Like,
Like, if he's disrespecting you or the household or just us as as husband and wife, the new husband and wife, then we got to have a talk. I don't want to beat your ass, but it seems like I just have to. You know what I'm saying?
so now guess what? Like, now you're putting your life on the line because these niggas is crazy now. Like, not everybody's gonna come up to you and be like, okay, my bad, I was tripping. Niggas is pulling guns out now and fighting each other. They catch you lacking.
Yeah,
so
man.
now, all for a kid that is not yours.
Yeah,
The
think about
nigga
it.
don't want you to
Yeah.
discipline. Like,
He beat your kid ass and your ass like a group ass whooping.
If your girl sounds like a little drill rapper or some shit like that.
Exactly.
Oh man,
Bro,
that's-
now imagine if you beat.
Oh man, that's worst case scenario, bro.
I can't even sleep at night. Like,
Bro,
Go to sleep, pops.
Yo, you walking in the house, he go through your pockets.
bro,
They having gang
whole
meetings in
house
the living
smelling
room.
like fucking loud and shit.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
come
yeah.
on, man. And I can't beat this nigga. Like, this
Nah.
is crazy.
And there's
I gotta sit there and just take this shit.
like he said,
Yo,
the
he's
other
strong.
sucker
He's
dad.
strong arming you to stream his music.
Yeah.
I gotta just take this shit. That's a wild way to think, man. Like I said, if I'm a step parent, like I said, as long as the guy is a respectful guy,
I dated a woman with no kids, and I had a kid. She's a different animal now. Now she becomes jealous of your kid. Like, it was a woman that was jealous of my daughter. Like, she became like obsessed with my daughter because I would never let her meet her. She would trip out. Like, we should be a small family. No, we are not the mother and father.
we
That's a red flag.
Yeah.
That's a major red flag. Like, what you trying to meet my kid for?
Yeah.
That give me weird vibes, yo. Like, if you kind of pressing me to meet my kid, it's like,
She don't have one, so she wants to have a family, and that's what all women want. I want a family, but that's not your family. That's
still
not
scary,
I'm
though.
your family. That's it. We family. That's it. There's
I mean,
no-
yo, when I was dating and like I dated women with kids, I mean, like I pretended they didn't exist. Like when they
Right.
when they brought them up, I wouldn't even like acknowledge it. You know, I'm
Right.
like, oh, I got my son's soccer game. So what are you doing Sunday? Like,
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like, I didn't want to talk about your kid. I
Right.
didn't want to act like, because that has nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
let's do our thing, have our fun. But like that kid shit,
that's
that ain't
not
got
my
to do with
problem.
me. Yeah, that ain't with that.
All right, so let's hear it from the fathers. Like, what is your reasons for not wanting your child being disciplined by a stepfather?
Because I'm the parent.
But like he said, he has a valid point. You live in my house, my
Yeah.
electricity, my everything, and you're disrespecting my home.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
as a parent, I would approach you and be like, listen, I'm going to discipline your kid. I'm sorry they're living in my home and they disrespecting. And
First of all, homie, your tone, the way you're talking to me right now. let's stop right there.
I like this role play. Go back. Go ahead.
This is entertaining.
yo, hey, that's what it is, though.
Let me start this
Instigators in it.
conversation all over again.
Let's start from a clean slate.
Yeah.
Either that or take your daughter. Take your daughter then. Take your daughter. If you're not gonna allow the man to discipline the child, then you should take her.
He called his bluff.
He almost fumbled. Whoa. Slow down.
I ain't signed up to be a full-time dad.
Slow down.
Hold on.
Let's talk about this.
How hard do you plan on hitting her? How hard? Like,
Let's not jump to drastic decisions.
Belt, no belt. What are you talking about?
we got,
When you say discipline,
let's negotiate here.
Just hit her under the waist. That's what hit her under the waist.
Motherfucker.
Bro, honestly, I'm indifferent about it. I don't know how I would feel, honestly. Like if
nah, man.
if
It's
someone
never acceptable.
if someone else hit my son, like
Right.
deservingly. I don't know.
Right.
I can't say like what I would do, like how it feel. I think
But hit Like,
Bro, if my son,
You
We're
got-
not talking
I
about,
guess
we're not
you
talking
gotta-
about like punch in the face. We're talking
don't
about
matter,
take off
man.
your belt.
like
and
yo,
give
you're
them a
not getting
spanking.
like it's not a street gang fight.
Right.
Like they're not jumping him like him and his
Nah.
boy.
You know what it
bro.
is? Because the crazy part is probably you never even hit your kid, right? You ever spanked your
Nah.
kid? That's what I'm.
All right, there you go. I spank my kid.
So that's what I'm saying. It's probably that you never really spanked it, so you know that's not your style. So for somebody else
Yeah,
to
bro.
step on and that's
Right.
their style.
Yeah, that's
because
okay,
that's the
so-
way they grew up.
Yeah.
Is getting ass whippings to discipline.
All right, so
'Cause
now
they
imagine,
remember those
right?
That's a good
ass
point.
whippings.
So
That's
let's
a
go.
point.
So let's go back to that, right? So,
Uh-huh.
now the child's never dealt with that type of parenting style,
Right.
right? And now all of a sudden, this parent is right. What would that do to the kid?
Get them straight.
No,
mentally?
that's
no,
a-
no,
that's
wait,
a
let's talk
different-
about the
that's a different
the psychology
conversation,
of
though.
it now. You know what I mean?
That's a different
That's why
conversation.
that's
If this
also
child never gets spanked and a stepdad walks in and want to spank the kid, that's
Right.
a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
I feel like they can't come
Like
in.
his mom's don't.
Right.
My son's mom's never spanked him. Nah, homie.
But then
you
sometimes these kids be needing spankings,
Yo,
and the parents don't
But this
do
is
it.
yo, this
Sure,
yo, but this
sure.
go this goes down to my fucking initial point, right? And this is why it's always better to
not
try to
to-
work it out. No, I'm saying
Oh, to try to work it
really
out.
work it out, right?
Right.
Because yo, when you split, when you have a kid, right, all these dynamics coming in, right, that
Right.
you're not mentally prepared for, right? Because that's a good point. You might not spank your kids, but you don't know what the fuck the dude that she's gonna be with,
Right.
how he was, brought up, and how he thinks things should
Right.
be handled. You know what I mean,
And how much is respectful that they're gonna respect me? Because when I got hit, I respected
Yo,
after that.
because
Yeah.
a lot of and people take things as different things as disrespect, right? Like you and your kids might play a certain way, which is fine with you, right? But your son or daughter plays with the new guy like that, and he's like, yo, what the fuck you doing? Like, oh, you can't talk to me like this. You don't play this.
Right.
Boom. I'm saying, like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like, yo,
Just smacking.
this
him.
is and it sounds like a joke, but I'm genuinely saying I don't think you should be dating single mom. Like if you don't have kids yourself, like really try your best. Your first kid should be with someone else's first. You know what I'm saying? Someone else having their first kid. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
like I know it's tough. I know everyone's getting fucking pregnant nowadays. Nobody gives a fuck, right? But I think if you don't have a kid, man, I think you should really try your hardest to only date someone that also doesn't have a kid because it's just you're gonna avoid so much bullshit, right? Because like the biggest thing when you date someone that has a woman that has a kid, right? It's always like, is she fucking him still?
Right. Yeah.
Right? Like,
Right.
is she still fucking her baby daddy?
Right.
And when she goes picks the kid up or he drops the kid off and I'm not there,
Are they getting a
is there
quickie in?
penetration going on?
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like this is the issue that we're seeing right now in schools, right? It's like there's a level of lack of respect that kids are having for anybody outside of like their mother and their father. They go to school, they disrespect their teachers, they go there, they disrespect other adults, and they see it as being okay because there's no ground to like why should I respect you just because you're an adult? No, like I'm not gonna disrespect you. You need to give me respect, me being a 10-year-old. And yes, there may be some truth to that, but at the end of the day, there is a level of respecting your elders at the end of the day. And I think that's lost because parents are now teaching their kids that the kids now know that, I don't have to listen to anybody besides my parents, and it may not be directly taught.
Yeah.
It may not be saying like you are going to your kids and saying don't listen to anybody else, but through these actions it's like you don't have to, because even for me growing up, like I grew up, like we both grew up like out of the country, right? And it's more so like you're raised by community. You're not usually raised by just individual parents. So if I go down the street and like I steal something and a shopkeeper whoop my ass, guess what? The shopkeeper is going to come back and tell my mom, and I'm getting another fucking ass whooping because I did some shit. I have to give a level of respect to not only to my mom, like I have to give it to my grandmother, I have to give it to my aunts and uncles, and that's
the
even
neighbors.
extended to the neighbors and whoever
But we
else I
grew up
come
like
into,
that
you feel
too.
me?
Like that's how I was like growing up in Brooklyn.
You know the whole saying, it takes a village to
To
raise a
raise a
kid.
kid, right.
Same thing, same concept.
But it takes a village to raise a kid in terms, we say that in terms of like the good, right? Where I want you to watch my kid, or I want you to like bring the kids gifts for like their birthdays. But in terms of disciplining, where's that?
Fuck
that
the
village?
fuck the village.
The village ain't there. Like you don't want the village.
What's going on, y'all? It's me, your boy, Mr. Radio. Here to let y'all know to check out the Brooklyn Basement Podcast on artsandrhymes.com. Got the latest videos and audio of each podcast live and direct. Let's go.
That's the tough thing about being a man when you get hurt by a woman is like not holding every woman to that standard.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like once you get hurt by a woman, you kind of put the whole group of them in there.
And it's crazy because women don't do that.
They
Women
do.
don't some of them do,
They
so
do.
a lot of them
I
don't.
actually, I don't think they're as bad about it as we are. A girl would get cheated. She'll believe every guy is a cheater, but still give them a chance. I feel like a guy gets cheated on, it's like fuck all these bitches. You know what I mean?
All you bitches are cheaters.
Yeah.
All you bitches
And
are
I'm
cheaters.
gonna act accordingly. And I think that's like,
And yeah, mom, you cheat on that, you bitch.
yeah,
I've done that. That's actually been one of the main reasons that caused my last relationship to end. Like I was, my lack of trust crept into the relationship, and I thought she was cheating, so I cheated, and she ended up finding out, and was like, we tried to work it out, it didn't work out, and
Once you cheat, it's over.
Yeah, and
not always.
You don't think so? You don't.
I feel like once a woman cheats, it's over. I feel like a man can cheat.
Oh no, listen, if a woman cheats, you're an idiot to go back because a woman don't cheat. They cheat with their hearts. They cheat with their emotions.
Yeah.
Men just cheat with their dicks.
For sure.
You know what I mean? We just cheat to just get another piece. They
We
cheat
cheat.
on you.
We cheat from a hunger state of point.
Right.
It's
We're
like,
hunters. We're natural born hunters. We just want that next piece of ass.
Yeah.
Women,
They cheat with like intention.
Intention
yeah,
of,
their heart and their
I see
mind.
this nigga as being better than you. In a
Yeah,
sense, you feel me?
exactly.
Like,
And
it sucks, bro.
And it does something like a woman will leave you for somebody is to say, well, he's gonna be better than the one I'm with.
You're giving me this that this nigga ain't giving me. And
Right.
it's like, I'm telling you, I went there and I did it, and I was like, man, this
Yeah.
I am like kind of holding people to the standard or paying people, making current people pay the prices of like other people. You feel
And
like
that's
that?
terrible. And we should be like women, just give them a fair chance.
I don't know if I could do that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I think I think
Yeah.
that if you can't do that, you'll never be in a healthy relationship.
Right, you have to do that. You have to give them that chance. Well, if you start seeing the red flags that what you've seen from the past,
Yeah.
then you could be like, yo, hold on.
Yeah.
You
But I
start
feel
that.
like, bro,
Yo,
they
you
all,
got-
they
yo,
all
you-
be red flags.
Nah,
Like,
yo,
they,
yeah,
they
yo,
all
no.
walking red flags. You
Yo,
feel me?
everyone, I think it's a lot of orange flags. I think it's a lot of bro. I think it's a lot of orange flags, right? But red flags, I think it's a stretch.
What's an orange and what's a red flag? Like,
Like a lot of male friends, right?
yeah,
A lot of hoe friends, right? She likes to go out a little bit too much, right?
those
She
aren't
may-
red flags.
No.
Not necessarily, right? Like she might go, you see girls go out, right? They don't fucking do anything while they're there, right? They're just literally wasting space, right? Like that, but it's like she's always out.
I'm telling you, bro. The right nigga come along, she's cheating.
No, man, but then
Right.
you could say
The
that
right-
about anybody, right? Like,
The right nigga come along, she's fucking him. Like you put yourself in a position to where like it's like, okay, if I'm a crackhead, right? Like
I really want you to tie this metaphor.
I got you.
Please do.
If I'm a crackhead, right?
All right.
I know that okay, this place is my weakness or has a potential place to be like the crack house is a potential place of weakness. These friends are a potential place of weakness. So what I got to do, I got to exclude these friends and I got to I can't go back and start chilling in the crack house. You feel me?
Right.
And I feel like realistically, I feel like people in relationships, including myself, right, we like to put ourselves in these dangerous situations where it's like, it's that the possibility of you cheating is higher when you're sitting in a club versus at home. It's higher when you're, going on these trips or whatever the case is. But yet we still want to be independent. We still want to do our own thing. We still want to live our lives. And it's like, for what gain? Like it doesn't. I guarantee you, so many people. There are the people, right, that are like me that go into a situation and be like, okay, I'm intentionally gonna cheat, right? Like I'm looking for a reason to cheat. And then there's other people that I feel like end up cheating just off of circumstance, just off of it just happening. So it's like I'm not saying that like
On vacation a lot. I think that's a lot.
Wait, you don't think that there could be you could ever be in a relationship where like there's no situation that could break that?
But I think so. But I think it just comes down to there being a right person. That's why I said like they may be faithful. You feel me? Like for example, like I've never cheated in my life up until this girl. Like I love this girl wholeheartedly, right? And I loved her with every ounce of my body. But at the end of the day, like previous to that, I never put myself in situations to cheat. You feel me? Like I was home, I was at work, I was hanging with like close friends, I was doing like just certain shit that wouldn't
boy was outside.
right that wouldn't allow me to like to cheat, right? But I'm not gonna lie to you, there were instances where girls were coming up to me and it'll be like, damn, like she is fire and I would fuck with her, but I got a girl. You feel me? Right. But it's like
Never let your girl stop you.
but but I'm telling you, like once I got a taste of what it's like to juggle multiple women at one point in time, it was no going back. You feel me? It was like that struggle became 10 times worse because now like I've never cheated before, but here I am in a space where like I'm single and I got like a nice little rotation on me. So I get a taste of what it's like to, chill with Samantha today and then chill with Andy on, all right, Andy is a nigga, but like,
you
feel me? Andrea on Tuesday, and then like kind of going through the fucking like go through the come on, man. You
I didn't say anything. I didn't say one thing. I would have rocked with Andy as a woman, but you made it weird.
Andy's a nigga name. But like anyway, so like I got the taste of what it's like to
cheating
like
with anything.
you walk. Y'all got a taste of what it's like to just juggle different women, and then like now when that girl comes up to me and like start hitting on me saying you're cute or whatever it is, it's like, damn, like I have been locked down for a little minute. I do want to fuck with her, and it's like she won't never find out. So let me just do it. You feel me? And I feel like so I say that to say I don't think that it's impossible. Like I'm not saying that it's impossible for a person to stay faithful, but I do think that like you kind of set yourself up for failure when you put yourself in these positions that you kind of know you're not supposed to be.
Okay. Well, analogy, not the best. The crack one. He tied it. Just I expected better.
Right.
But I think overall, good point. I think cheating is always a possibility, but you could definitely decrease your chances, right, by not putting yourself in certain situations, right? Like, if you got a friend, man, or this goes for men too, right? Like, if you got a boy that gets mad hoes, and every time he goes out, he gets mad hoes. If you go out with them, right, there's a chance
there's gonna be bitches,
right? There's gonna be bitches, right? And it's like, he might get you go out one night, you get some bitches, but they're not your type of bitches, right? That just keeps on happening, right? One night he might just be around a kind of like one of the bitches. It's like, this is what I
nice,
like.
Right? She's nice.
You and your girl just fought. You're a little tipsy. This chick's really throwing it back on you. Like, temptation's hard, man. You know what I mean? The same goes for women. You know what I mean?
It's basically going back to how you was raised. To be honest with you, because if you had a good mom and dad, and your dad was always good to your mom, you seen that shit throughout the fighting and throughout all that shit, and you just that dude. There's certain dudes that you could actually have a bitch butt naked in front of. I got friends that you put women butt naked and they won't do nothing. They just won't because that's their mind frame, and no temptation can get them. You know what I'm saying?
I would say that. I would say it's less about the parents, but I would say I in agreement to you. I think it's more so about like their mentality,
right? Who they are,
because like I told you, the nigga that the nigga before me, like I went through like a period of like me being single for a while, right, before my last relationship, and the nigga before that, you could put a naked bitch in front of me and I would not touch her. You feel me? It was like
until you got cheated on.
No. It wasn't even to that. It was just like for myself, like I never understood cheating. I never understood any of that. Like I would be like, okay, like if I want to cheat, I'm just gonna break up with you and I'm gonna go fuck with this other girl. But like for me now, it wasn't because I never officially known I've ever gotten cheated on to this day.
Right.
I don't know, right? But it was up until the point of me juggling multiple women and like because I used to be like in a relationship for like a year, out of it for like a couple weeks, in another year relationship, out of that for a few days, in another 2-year relationship. Since I was like 16, like it's just been like back-to-back long-term relationships. And then after a period of time, I was like, man, like I need to slow down. You feel me? Like I'm bringing like all of this baggage and bumping it into the next girl. Like I gotta kind of like take some time for myself to heal.
Right.
But I took some time to myself. But I wasn't having relationships, but I was juggling multiple women at times, like just a bunch of like friends with benefits.
You was being a little thotty and you enjoyed it.
I liked it. I got a taste of the juice and I love it.
You a little hood rat for a while.
Yeah. And I went out there and I was doing what I did, and then I ran into like during that period, I ran into my ex. It was a great girl, but like I still had that taste of blood in my mouth. You feel me? Like I still wanted it, so like I tried my hardest to be good, but
but at the same time, were you putting yourself in situations that made it harder for yourself?
For sure.
You're saying,
absolutely. You feel me? Like the thing is, I put myself in situations that like I would have been able to control back then, but I just did not have that willpower at this point.
Right.
You feel me? Like I was able to not fall to peer pressure, not even peer pressure, but I was not able to like fold back then. But now I folded.
I mean, like I'm one of those types of guy, man. You ever watch you guys ever watch the movie Twilight? It's like the vampire movie, a long time. Like
I saw one of them. I don't know.
Right? I don't know. Like in the movie, right? Like they were like vampires, but they didn't bite human blood, right? So they like ate fucking like deer. Like they just sucked like. But like if they smell like human blood, right? It was just like they turn into fucking like monsters type shit, right? That's like what I'm at this age in my life, where it's like, I need like I can't be around. I can't smell it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's why I don't even go out as much anymore. Like I really got I'll break easily.
it ain't gonna take much.
Like I'm not
breathe on you.
yo, like I remember one time me and you were out, right? I don't know if you remember this. Me and him was out and like we just chilling, like eating some wings or some shit like that, right? And this girl, like she was like sitting next to us. She's like offers me a wing.
Okay, I don't remember this.
She offers me a wing and she offers me to smoke her hookah. And
Okay.
and you were like, yo, why don't you do it? Because I'm like, yo, because if me taking the wing is enough,
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
like it's up.
If I hit this hookah,
Like this done. Yo, so like that was like to me, it's like those are triggers. It's like
Right.
I gotta cut that shit. Like I gotta nip that in the butt right now.
No.
Yeah.
No wing, bitch.
Yo, because like once I get that taste of it, like that, like
Cheating runs deep rooted as a human, right?
Yeah.
So I have a friend that if you a cheater, he won't do business with you.
Yeah.
I've heard it.
Like
Before,
he
yeah.
won't do no business. If you talk about cheating on your wife, he ain't
Right.
fucking with you.
Because you feel like you can't trust you if you cheat on your wife.
I don't subscribe to that logic.
No, I mean I get it because if you're gonna cheat on the person that takes care of you, that scrubs your back, scrubs your feet, and then takes care of your home, if you're gonna cheat on that, then you could.
No, yo,
easily
I
cheat
think
on
yo,
me.
it sounds good on paper. It's
Right.
like the logic sounds good on paper.
Right.
I just don't subscribe to it. I feel like you can be a cheater and an honest man at the same time.
Right. I
That
understand
sounds
what you're
crazy, right? But like,
But the other layer to that is also like you willing to gamble
saying. Right.
on something that could potentially lose you more.
that's why I limit my temptation factor now. Right? Like I got
You
two
gotta
kids.
stay away from
I got
temptation.
2 kids. Got a girl. I'm in a very good situation, happy home. You know what I mean? So like, but like I said, I'm the type like I'm that fucking vampire, right? Like if I smell blood, like I'm where we at?
Right.
Yeah.
Like
Now
you know what I'm
you
saying?
gotta back up. Like wait, I
you
smell
talking about
it.
like that? I got like, bro, I'm constantly fighting like this inner thotty in me.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm-
That goes back
sense.
to my question though. Are you really happy in a good situation?
I mean, honestly speaking,
it's like,
I never understood it, but it's like, I was there with you. Like we were locked in. Like the old me, I was saying the same thing. Like you can't be happy at home if you cheat on your girl. You can't be like why cheat if you're ever when you could just leave the person and go into another situation and go mess with them. You must not love your girl,
Right.
bro. I'm telling you, the sickest thing ever, bro. When I was cheating, I loved my girl even more. Every time. Like every time I text this chick and she like there were conversations were going however they're going, I was like, you're just not
So
hitting the
your
same
message
way.
to the women is like, let your husband, boyfriend cheat. It's gonna make that.
You think
Here's my message to the women, right?
Is-
Don't leave your husband or your boyfriend after he cheat. Like, try to figure out the reason why he's cheating. Honestly, honestly, try to figure out the reason why he's cheating, and then try to figure out if I feel like there's a difference between a cheater and a liar, right? So if you confront him about it and he lies to you about it, I feel like that's a different situation. But I
How
feel
many
like if
people are
he's
gonna?
honest-
How many people are gonna straight up initially not
if he's
lie?
honest-
Probably.
If he's honest to you about it, then I feel like
Yo.
you guys could overcome that.
So, I mean, that's why you got to limit yourself. Like to me, that's self-awareness, right? Yo, it's almost like you could consider us like an addict, right? It's like, yo, yeah.
Oh,
There you
it's,
go.
oh, it's good now.
Yeah, tied it.
It works now. Huh?
There you go. There you go.
Way to bring it home.
Teamwork.
Yo, but it's like, yo, all right. So, yo, if you know you shouldn't be smoking crack, right?
Right.
You might love that shit,
Right.
but you know it's bad for you, right?
Right.
So it's like, yo, you
Stay
limit
away.
yourself. Like, all right, let me not chill at the crack houses. You know what I mean?
brother home, you feel me?
Right.
It makes sense.
But yo, but like, or like, it's like these fucking vegans, right? Like they do everything to make their food taste like fucking meat, but they don't want to eat meat, right?
Yeah.
But they just like, yo, it's just the temptation. Like they don't want to break it, like they don't want to break their thing and eat the meat, right?
Right.
But they just do all these things to like avoid it. You know what I'm saying? By even making it look like it's meat. I think, at the end of the day, I think some men have it more in them than others, like that urge to
Right.
like fuck a lot of women.
Right.
Right.
And I think, if you're a guy that doesn't have that shit in you, bro, you're so fucking lucky. Because like that is such a fucking
Well, you know what?
struggle.
You could have been that guy at one point, and it's just out of your system. It falls out of your system.
I mean,
know what I'm saying?
bro, and I tell you, it's so much. I mean,
It
it's
left
like,
my system a long time ago.
it's
'cause
so
what?
much, but you got some years.
But you leave it because you're like, what am I really doing?
But that's,
I
but
gotta
that's
deal with this bitch's headache now too.
I gotta start hiding shit.
Yeah,
I gotta
then
delete messages. I
then I gotta flip
put
my
my phone
phone
on D and
over.
on D.
But that's where,
I gotta hope she don't call me. Like, you feel me?
If
It's just
somebody's
like-
doing that shit,
Yeah, that's the first sign. That's the first sign you doing all types of. It's not worth it.
That's a good point, though.
But then think about it from the outside looking in, right? It's like me being the type of nigga that I am, where it's like I have. So my heartbreak, not my heartbreak, but me being skeptical isn't from like me ever being cheated on. It's from me being on the opposite side and knowing what girls have done to their men. Right. You feel me? Like I've been on the opposite side where I've been the side nigga. I love being the side nigga, right? Bro, I love
it beats not being the side guy and being the guy.
I love being the side nigga. Like I feel like, bro, I play that position so well. So ladies, recruit me if you want. But I played it.
You wonder why you have trust issues, but go ahead.
But this is where I'm telling you, my bad. I'm telling you why like I have trust issues. You feel me? It's like because I've seen it, you know. I've seen the hoops that girls go through to cheat on their men. I've seen the lies. Like I had a girl in my bed naked, bro. I'm ass naked, and her baby father called and was like, why won't you answer my FaceTime? And she's like, because I don't want to. Like I'm not feeling like it. And so he's like, yo, pick up the phone. So she picks up the phone, the FaceTime, and she's like, he's like, why is the room dark? She was like, because I'm laying in my sister's living room, like dark. She's at my house, in my bed, naked. She's like, I'm over my sister's house and the living room is dark. He was like, I don't believe you. Go to the bathroom. She's like, I'm not going to the bathroom, and hangs up on him. And she was like, it doesn't feel good when the same things that you do come back to you, right? And hung up on him. Ooh. And I'm like, yo, like
that's cold.
Yo, I'm like, so here in his mind, right? He's probably going sick, thinking that like she might be cheating, and then at the end of the day, she now plays a guilt trip on him because he was like, you know what, I have done her wrong, so maybe she isn't cheating, there's like he's holding on to that 10% that she isn't lying to him, when the reality is she's lying to him, you know. So it's like I said, I've seen all of this happen so often throughout like my years of like dating and messing with different girls that it's like, when you start flipping your phone over and you start moving a certain way, it's like, like what type of timer?
This reminds me of this one.
Like, exactly, you feel me? So those orange flags become a little bit more red at some point, and it's like, I don't want to like start holding you to everyone else's standard, but it's like alarms start going off when I start seeing certain behaviors happening again.
The crazy part that bugs me about dudes, right? Like we all get caught cheating, and we all lost something good. Like, why didn't you learn from losing that good thing? How many times you gotta lose a good thing for you to say? The same reason
why drug dealers keep selling drugs after they get out of jail, bro. Like you think you could win eventually, you feel me? But you lose every time.
There we go.
You think you can win eventually,
that was good.
right?
That was a good one.
Full circle. Who cheats more, men or women? Who cheats more?
I think women do.
I don't know, yo. I don't.
Women get away with it more because they're sneaky fucking cats. Yeah. But
no.
I think men do more sex, like have more sex. But I think women emotionally cheat way more than guys do. The
reason women get away with cheating more is because they cheat with us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, side dudes are cool as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, yo, a side dude's not going to call her man up.
You should start like a website.
Like, yo.
A Craigslist side.
Yo, but like, side chicks are terrible. They're not good at their job. You know what I mean? They always slip up. They tell.
They start catching
side chicks want to become the main chick no matter what.
Side dudes are happy where they're at. So I think that's the reason women get away with cheating more, is because they cheat with men, and men are better at just, you know, taking that road. Like, I'm getting what I want out of this. This is a perfect relationship.
But that sucks though, because now you fall for the side chick, and now you want her to become the main chick, and now you have that same thought of how she was with you.
But it's our faults, bro. Honestly, I feel like we gotta hold men accountable for this shit. Niggas be fucking lying to these side bitches, bro.
Right.
They be telling these side girls that like, oh, like I'm gonna leave my girl for you and all types of shit. In reality, it's like it's not the case. Like we know this. You feel me? Like, bro, so many girls I've talking to were like they were the side chick and to like a situation, and the nigga is telling her like, yo, paying for her rent, flying her out, doing all this extra shit, like telling I'm about to.
She must not live in New York because that rent is crazy like, in New York.
I don't know. We from CT. Our rent is our rent is expensive, but it's like it's manageable. You feel me? But like even then, like, you know, they're like saying like I'm gonna leave my girl for you or whatever the case is, and it's like reality is you're not leaving your girl for this. Right. You feel me? So now you're spinning her tail. So now she's getting upset, and like you're planting the seeds in her head that like that she's gonna be the main one eventually. You feel me? So she has a right to be upset. You feel me? Like she has a right to be mad because it's like, she's doing dirt, but it's like
you lied to her.
You lied to me. You feel me? Like you're spinning me.
You lied to the girl you're cheating with, right? What did she expect?
So what was your point about the animals that you know?
Yeah. This is that relationship episode, but let's end it on
I flew to Brazil last week, right? On on the flight there, some lady had her fucking dog. She brought her dog to Brazil. It's like an 8-hour flight, right? And I'm sick of people with fucking pets. I'm sick of specifically dog owners. I'm sick of going into stores and these fucking grocery stores and people got their fucking dogs with them. It's like, first of all, it's a fucking food. You know what I mean? I'm just sick of like these pet people like treating these animals like they're fucking kids. It's like, yo, it's disgusting. We don't like it. You know what I'm saying? There's shit everywhere. They're pissing. Like, they're barking. It's like, put a fucking leash on it. Yo, first of all, dogs
That's how
just
I feel
stay at
about
home.
people's kids.
Shut up.
Fucking crying everywhere, pissing and shitting,
Well,
screaming.
they're humans. They're humans, right? I'm just sick of these pet people, bro. Like and they're so entitled. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, is it pet friendly? Is it dog friendly? Who gives a fuck? Leave the dog at home.
Right.
leave 'em.
Don't put your burdens on me now.
Yeah. Yo, the dog was barking the whole fucking plane ride. It's like, you think I want to deal with this shit? All right, maybe a service animal was cool, man. But like, I think that most of these, it was like, the dog was this big, man. That's not a service
You
animal.
better have zero sight. You know what I mean?
You're not.
That's it.
No, service dogs they're bigger. They got some height to
German
them.
shepherds.
Yeah, this was a little one. That's my point, man.
Yeah.
Leave these animals at home. Stop fucking bringing them everywhere.
Man,
Like,
leave these
just-
fucking kids at home. They stop bringing them everywhere. They're pissing their shit and they're crying everywhere. Exactly. What
I think I'm with you. I want to see both your eyes gone. You know what I mean? If you got, I'm saying that's the only way you can have a dog with you.
you want to see both of their eyes go?
Yeah, like
Gouged out.
yeah.
double pirate patch, you know,
Yeah,
like both eyes,
yeah,
boom.
yeah.
Yo, it's just the entitlement, man. I'm just like, I'm over it. Like, yo, it's like, yo, people are showing you pictures of their dog like it's their kid. Like, who gives a shit? I don't want to see these pictures. Stop posting.
I
Like,
do show pictures of my dog.
What kind of dog you got?
A Shih Tzu.
What is that? What is that? Is that
It's
a
a
big
little
dog?
dog.
Yeah, little dog.
Ah, yeah.
I got pictures. You want to see it?
Nah,
I insist, man. I insist.
of course you do.
Oh, I got you. I'm gonna show you little pictures of my
I
dog.
want to see that dog.
Now to use your dog as a bait
I'm
for
gonna
the chicks.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you see.
Absolutely.
So you purposely picked a dog that you knew girls would like when you
Small
walk.
dog, not too
Wow.
aggressive.
This guy goes to the dog parks and picks
Yeah,
up chicks
yeah.
and all that. Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah. You know what you're doing.
Oh, he knows exactly.
You got a little Carhartt jacket for it too, and
Nah,
everything.
I ain't got a little car. You
He said a Carhartt jacket
Yeah.
for it too. He definitely
Can
used that dog to
can
pick
you
up chicks.
resist that face? Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually don't give a fuck about it. Nah. I'm gonna ease on this one.
He uses that to pick up dogs and the girls at the dog park for sure.
Nah, that's-
That's cool, man. Do that shit at the dog park, bro. Just don't bring them into like grocery stores, the mall. It's like,
The mall, I can.
bro, yo, people are walking their dog in the mall. It's
Definitely not a restaurant.
like, bro, you
No.
see them at restaurants.
Restaurants, they set like little doggy plates outside the
Yeah,
restaurants.
it's crazy.
Like, what the fuck?
Yo, we're
Especially
treating
out here where it's
Yeah.
gentrified. Yeah.
Yeah, we're treating
Yeah.
dogs better than human beings. You know what I mean?
That's one thing I
insane.
don't agree
That's
with.
insane.
That's one thing I don't agree with. I do believe that white people specifically treat dogs better than they fucking treat black people.
Bro, I've seen like videos of like homeless people with dogs, and they go and rescue the dog, leave the homeless person outside, like in the winter.
Right. Dogs have shelters, right? They fucking capture the dog and make sure that they bring them to this place
Right.
where they keep them warm and they feed them. Homeless people are just thrown to the wayside.
Yeah,
Like,
but the sad part about that is they kill them in 7 days. And nobody takes them.
No,
Dogs. Yeah,
that's
animals.
not true.
yeah, they do.
Look,
they
yeah, they
kill
do.
the
No.
shelters.
Every time?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if it's every time, but I know they do kill
Absolutely.
the dogs after.
You know how many
after some time.
protesters will be outside?
You
I
gotta look it
promise
up. They
you.
They
have
probably
no
are
space.
protesting. They probably are
They
protesting.
euthanize
know what
the
it
dogs
is?
after a certain amount of time.
Yeah, they don't have no space.
I don't know if it's 7 days, but I do know they do it.
I like 7 days kind of short.
7 days sounds
Like,
like
yo,
You
get
gotta
a
count down.
yeah,
Well,
to get a
you know
life
what it is?
sentence
There's no
after
space.
7
There's no
days is
space.
crazy.
Like, you could have left me outside.
Yeah. I wasn't bothering nobody.
Thanks for coming here. But I know they do got a certain amount of time.
They don't adopt them. They
Well,
get rid of them.
well, I agree with you on that one. Fuck the dogs.
Yeah, man. Nah, not fuck the dog. Fuck the dog owners. That's
that too.
the dogs don't have a choice in this.
Would you date a girl with a pet?
If she looks good, I'll fucking date anything, right? But like, that's not a factor to me.
got
Oh,
10
so
kids,
wait,
10
she has a
kids.
kids? No, but
She got 10 kids.
No, I mean, yo, I'll smack it, but like date, no.
that's what I'm
You
saying.
date a girl with a dog?
Like wife up.
Hey. Yo, but it depends. Like, did she kiss her dog?
Yeah, she does what? Sleep with the dog. You know,
Nah,
it's
I
one of
can't do
those
that.
like
I can't do that shit. I can't do that.
Like,
Like a dog
she's-
and then come and kiss you?
nah, I can't do that.
The dog be licking their ass and all types of
Yeah.
shit.
I can't do that. I can't do. I want people with zero baggage.
Trapping an animal to me is just
Yo, I think
not fair.
the worst
just not
people
fair.
are people that have birds as pets. I think that's the most cruelest shit you can do.
the same thing. Fish in a cage, fish tank. It all just bothers me. You know,
At least a fish in a fish tank is still swimming.
Yeah,
a bird
you can't
in a
fly.
cage is wild. You can't
Yeah.
even fly.
Yeah,
that's terrible. But some people
That's
let them
true.
out.
They
Some
clip
people-
its wings intentionally so that
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's insane.
That's crazy. I can't own a bird.
you over here
fish, or
watching TV and he sees all his like cousins and shit flying on them.
I mean, now they got them. Some people got like parrots and shit that they train them to come back. So like they'll send them out, bring them to the park, let it fly around. And
You talking about some
shit.
real white people
Yeah,
shit now?
and then they bring it back. I
I've
saw it.
never
Yo,
heard
that
of
shit-
this.
I'm like, yo, that shit lit, and they call it and they be like, come back, man, and
It's
then
like
come back.
like pirates.
Bro, I'm dead ass, bro. Like, I'll show you the video after here, bro. The guy has a big ass. I think it's a toucan. That shit is beautiful. He'll bring it to the park every now and then and just let it just soar and just fly around, and he'll circle around, and then he'll call it and put his hand out, and it'll fucking come back. And
That guy's a magician. That's cool. Listen, man, this was fun. We're definitely gonna do it again. I guess
for
we gotta
sure.
come. We gotta drive out to CT.
I know it's a fucking a thing for y'all. Like I know it's not the. I know. I feel like when we invite these people to here, it's like fuck.
Nah,
It's like CT. Oh God.
axe murderers.
nah, but
I do
think
Hartford all the time.
He's always traveling with the comedy shit. I'll be
Right,
traveling.
You go to Hartford all the time?
Yeah, I do the Hartford Funny Bone.
Really?
All the time.
Bro, next time you out there,
Bro,
let us know, man. We'll come. We'll pull up.
see?
Yeah, that,
This is what I meant, yo.
What's the one going up to Hartford? Waterbury. The Waterbury. There's another comedy club in Waterbury.
In Waterbury?
Not in Waterbury. You mean Bridgeport?
Bridgeport.
Okay.
Bridgeport.
Yeah.
Stress Factory.
Stress Factory.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do the Stress Factory, Bridgeport a lot. That's not far. It's like an hour 20. I do it all the time. Go to Bridgeport, do the show.
What do you think of the comedy crowds in Connecticut?
They're fun. They're receptive because they don't really see stuff like that.
Any hecklers and stuff like that?
Oh, there's hecklers everywhere you go.
Yeah.
You do crowd work too?
I have to.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
you have to because sometimes people think they're funny and they want to try to attack you, so that you got to shut that down quick.
Yo, I love comedy shows.
Who's your favorite?
My favorites right now?
Who you like watching? Who you remember the most? Who?
I'll give you my top ones. I say Dave Chappelle's my number one. Actually, kind of tie right now. It's a tie between Dave Chappelle and Bill Burr.
Okay.
I think Dave Chappelle's kind of like oversaturating the market right now with his specials. So it's like I feel like when you get too much of a comedian, sometimes it starts kind of like
Right.
Your value start going up.
a little bit, right? It's like it's still good, but it's just like I'm kind of just seeing him too much. Before where it's like it was kind of like rare to see a Dave Chappelle special. You know what I mean? So like Dave Chappelle and Bill Burr, like kind of like my number ones right
Bill,
now.
you see his podcast at all?
Bill what?
Bill Burr's podcast?
Oh, I watch it every Monday.
Yeah,
Monday.
he does that shit by himself. That's probably one of the only
Yo, I
podcasts I can like. How do you do that by yourself?
Theo Vaughn is my favorite podcaster by himself. That guy.
Theo Vaughn's interesting to me.
He's
Fucking
sharp.
love his podcast. Not a fan of his stand up. He is one of the funniest podcasters I've ever seen
He's
in my life.
funnier like off the fly. Like his.
The shit he says is like literally insane. Like it's like yo, he creates sentences that's never been said before. No, it's like it's
Nah,
hard to explain. But yo, his comedy just doesn't do it for me.
Right.
But I appreciate that. But
Podcast.
I'll say so Bill Burr, Dave Chappelle, Joe Coy is really funny to me right now.
You like Coy?
Yeah, Joe Coy. I think I actually see him live one time too. Fucking his shows are crazy.
Right.
He does a lot of it's almost like a performance. I actually saw Dane Cook last year.
He's
Dane,
good.
I used to
Dane
like
Cook
Dane.
is like one of
Yeah,
like
I like
he
Dane.
actually got me into comedy. I'm not the biggest fan of comedians that strictly do crowd work.
Okay.
Like I like jokes. I mean I appreciate the crowd work in there, but like
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of watering down comedy from a viewer's point of view.
It's like a cheat sheet.
I feel like it's happening more. It's becoming the new trend in comedy from my perspective.
I don't know. For me, it's like, especially me not being like a diehard comedy person, I do appreciate crowd work because it's like it kind of gives me like the improv, like off the top kind of vibe.
Right.
You know, so even like the 85 South show, like I actually thoroughly enjoy watching like their full segment because it's like, you know, to actually be funny. Obviously sometimes they drag out jokes a little bit too long, or like they obviously DC Young Fly could be a little bit too much at certain points. But it's like for me, it's just like to, you know, come in there and off the top be funny. You know, I think that's there's a special place for me, like you know, when watching a show like that.
That's another skill to learn. That improvisational skill.
I mean, yo, it's a
hard.
whole different type
Yeah,
of
it's a whole
talent
different-
because yo, you got to be very quick with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And
But
even
to
like
me,
Chico
it's not,
Bean,
it's
the
not
way that
comedy.
All right, man. Look, man. I got 3 hours of editing to do over
Yeah,
here.
all right, that's right. Yo, you know what? I'll say this one thing before. This is honestly our one problem when we go on other people's podcasts. We don't know when to shut the fuck up.
Right.
Like,
No, that's cool.
It's like my bad. It's like anytime we go on a podcast, we always do this shit. Like,
Right.
we'll run the clock.
We'll run
up.
the tape up.
But you guys don't. You say you just post it up, right?
Yeah, don't do what we do though. Do what y'all.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we don't use all 3 hours.
And we give a hard limit. Like, it's time to wrap up. Like,
I want to shut up now because I don't want to make it worse.
Let me get it all out now. Yeah.
you're here. Man. Might as well.
Well, we tell Lola, I guess, before we leave, is just to look into the camera and just somehow this is the best podcast. You know what I mean? This is your greatest accomplishment, even above your kids, even above your dog at home. Like, this is the thing that, you know what I mean? You know,
I'll take it from here.
Mama
I'll
was
take it from here. I'll take it from
He
here.
said, "I'll take it from here."
All right. So, guys, for all the listeners tuning in, this is the best podcast in Brooklyn. But if you want the best podcast in the tri-state area, tap into Gen TV Podcast on all platforms, on YouTube, on Facebook, Gen TV Podcast.
Yo, we're even dropping shit on fucking Pornhub pretty soon. So tap in.
Pornhub, that'd be great.
Nah, all jokes aside, it was definitely a pleasure, guys.
Nah,
Thank you for having
No,
us. Man.
thank you
Yeah,
guys for coming out. This is long, like I said, a long way. Yeah. We'll come. We got to just do an overnighter.
It's not that serious. It's not that okay, tell somebody
Go-
going
you
to
can make it-
Cali.
You just
can
gotta
make a
go
night out
late,
of it.
Go late, no, or go early and leave late. That's
Yeah.
how you
It's
do it.
all
Yo,
on
if you
you.
got like if you got a show that day or some shit like that, come early.
Right, that's what
Then
I'm saying.
do it.
Go
Then you
early.
already got the show later
Yeah.
on. Like
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Brooklyn Basement Podcast, man. Thank y'all for tuning into another episode. We appreciate y'all to coming through. A1, of course, and Big E in the building. Thank y'all for coming through. We appreciate
don't
y'all.
forget, please, man, check out that Gen TV podcast, man. They
Check
got
us out,
some
man.
Definitely.
They got some interesting situations going on over there. They always are riling up the girls with the controversial.
You just went viral not too long ago, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to the big girls.
We just hit 2.4 million views
Yeah.
on one of our clips.
Damn, that's
Yeah,
what's up.
Yeah.
We haven't hit one of those yet.
No, we
The
got to
most
get
we did
girls
was
on
like-
our fucking podcast.
You guys got to talk shit about girls. So that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
But they got at
We
least,
don't talk shit. We speak our truth.
We've gotten a couple
but at
hundred
least in
thousand,
that face, though. Yeah,
but not a million.
yeah, we haven't went by.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it feels good, bro. We've had a couple of clips like hit millions,
Nice.
typically for the wrong reasons.
Right.
Yeah,
It's always for the
that's
wrong
usually
reasons.
the case,
It's
right?
never
Yo,
the good.
it's never like our educational topics that like really go viral. So it's usually something that's like, oh,
It's like this fat bitch.
Literally. That's exactly what
Peace.
Peace.
my bad, fellas. We ran.